Right, we're here. Mackey's. Final day of the bulk, and I haven't done a video like this. I don't think I've done any. Like, have I done any videos of me eating a cheat meal? Like, I don't think I have, which is crazy. So, yeah, that woman was just screaming, so sorry, that put me off. Yeah, we're gonna go into Mackey's, and I'm gonna show you how to track. Don't actually, like, when I say, oh, this is how you track Mackey's in your diet, don't actually do this. I'm just showing you that it's possible. So we're basically going to look at the macros I have, and then I'm going to try and hit, well, within the macros for the day. I'm not, obviously I've got going to keep some room for protein later on, but I'm going to use most of my calories now, and we'll see what that kind of allows me to eat in terms of the quantity of food, which I think will be quite a lot. The one test with Mackey's is having, like, trying to find high protein without eating loads of fats, and obviously it's post-workout. If I was trying to be optimal right now, I would want a post-workout meal which is low in fat and high in carbs, so we're just prioritising carbohydrates as much as possible. But that's pretty much impossible at Mackey's. Like, there's going to be a decent amount of fats in this, and that's fine. I'm going to enjoy the food, to be honest. Appetite is absolutely fucked at this point, so if I can eat Mackey's and enjoy it, then that's a win, because yeah, appetite is not the best, but post-workout is the only time. Well, post-workout, pre-workout meals are okay. All the other meals are a struggle. So yeah, it's time to see what we can do. I'm going to look at the macros now on my phone to see what I need to basically do. So we've sat here for fucking ages, but we've figured out what I'm going to have. So it's all planned. Let's do it. It's going to be a lot of food. So let's hope my appetite perseveres. Let's do it. So as you can see, I've just deleted a Mackey's, and I've tracked it, and there's a lot of calories. You track the macros, and if you want to find out what macros they were, how I tracked it, and what foods I had, stay tuned. For now though, we're going to show you some clips from training, snippets from MBW, so if you want to see the full video, it is on the site. Go to the site, so much valuable information on there. But yeah, enjoy the video and stay tuned, you can see what I had to eat. Let's do it. Hey guys, finally back on the site. Really excited for this session because we are literally one day away from dieting. So right now, I've been in the surplus for 10 months, which has been a very productive stint. I'm very happy with what we've done across these 10 months. Post-show, a lot of that was recovering at the start and then getting into it and just getting strong. After, a time period where I was dieting for, a long while, and then when you look at the last 2 years, a big chunk of those 2 years, I've been dieting for a long while. And when you look at my career so far in bodybuilding, I've been competing a lot. So what I needed was just time in a surplus, getting strong, to really maximize my muscle growth. Training right now is exactly where I wanted it to be. Peak performance, way stronger than I've ever been in my life. So yeah, that's a good sign. And these numbers will really show when I diet down. And I am excited now to diet. Appetite is tough, When you're, I guess, 27 kilos almost up from the lightest you ever weighed on prep, that's a lot of weight. Yeah, today we've got push, and we're gonna kind of show you my approach to training as I move into a diet phase. Because whilst I'm not dieting yet, I'm dieting from tomorrow, I need to be setting up my training appropriately so I can retain the tissue that I built across these 10 months. Because there's no point adding loads of tissue for you just to lose it all. I made an error close to that in 2021 when I had a very long push and I started prepping in a terrible position. My training wasn't really in an adequate position either, and I lost a lot of muscle. I've learned from that, and I'm not letting that happen again. So I'm making the most of these productive stints of growing by doing the right thing this time. And yeah, other than that, it's just going to be another session of just getting after progressions and seeing what we can do. But just setting a good base as I move into dieting. So yeah, I think we've covered most things. Let's get on with it. Sweet. What's this? So it's been about a month and a half since I've last done this session in this gym, using different kit and stuff because I've been in Cardiff, I've been at Ultraflex, I've been on holidays, and it's important to stress this. The number one thing you need to take forward into any gym you use is intensity. You just have to train really, really hard with your form. Yes, logbooking, the same machines and stuff like that is beneficial, but you don't have to do it all the time. And it's important to stress that so you don't feel like you have to be a hermit, whilst you just go to the same gym every single day and not seeing friends and, I don't know, traveling sometimes. It's important to realize as long as you train hard, that's the most important thing. So yes, okay, I haven't been in this gym for a month and a half doing this session, but I can return now to this and I'm going to see good progressions, and I've seen a lot of growth recently. So if you train hard with good form, that's the job done, and you know, you can enjoy life as well.
Three, two, one, yes. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. No! Again. 1, 2. Yours.
Yes.
Very good.
Nice, take that.
Yeah, good.
Progressions and presses are so slow now, as expected when you're going this slow at the end of your push. When it was a month and a half ago, I did that for 3+1, so I'll take that. The thing that I would advise the most when you're training to retain performance is making sure that you add pauses in certain movements. Things like your presses, your leg pressing, anything where you have to be honest with yourself. If the change of direction you're doing potentially relies on stability, body weight, elasticity. So like if I'm doing this, I mean, this is elasticity with the knee sleeves. If I'm doing that with this and I'm heavy, it's going to fly. I'm getting heavier, brilliant. Oh, I'm getting so much stronger. I'm using shit form, I'm getting stronger. Amazing. What will happen when you diet? That stability goes. Now you're fucked. So if you make sure you rely on the contraction of the muscle tissue, complete ownership of that weight, making sure you're using the muscle to change that direction, to create that movement. That's how you retain tissue, because the muscle isn't going. So if you're only using your muscle and you're running the diet phase appropriately, you will retain performance. If you rely on body weight stability, it's not going to work. So that's why I'm doing pauses on the Smith. 2 count pauses, get someone to count it for you, make sure it's standardized, and you'll really see performance retain through your diet phase.
Three, two, one. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yours, yours.
Oh. Oh. Mine. Oh, take that.
Come on, let's go.
3 this last time. Yeah. So, whew. Nice. Say that. So we're going to go on to our first lateral variation. I personally think low incline cuff laterals are 100% my favourite lateral raise. So I tend to do it first just because I think it's a movement that's going to give me the most like bang for my buck. You know, I think, yes, I might do a lateral raise after that's a bit heavy in the short, but I just personally think I'd rather do the thing that I can produce the best work from first and get the most from it. And you know, when I say something like that, it makes sense maybe, why don't you just do 4 sets of that instead of another lateral raise? It's just literally just because I want to vary it a little bit. Otherwise, with my approach with low volume and how I love to do it, I find when I'm sat on the machine doing 4 sets, I get pretty bored and you can lose that intent. So yeah, that's why I do have another lateral raise, but in my opinion, this is the best thing you can do for your medial delts. Oh, fuck. Oh. Yeah, just a tip when you do this is, like, when you stretch out here, don't let like the things meet and your hands meet, just keep that tension there in a stretch, and you can just hold it there, like an isometric hold at the end. And the tension you get from it is just insane. So really the magic's happening on this movement, like in the length and in the stretch here. And if you control this area, you're gonna get the most from it. So yeah, it's been good. I mean, that session was very good. To take 3 plates, pause for 5 was amazing. That's definitely the best I've ever had that moving for. So yeah, just at peak performance, and now it's about retaining it as I go through the diet phase. So thank you for watching. Appreciate all the support, and yeah, I will see you next time on the site. So yeah, see you soon. Hi. Could I order 3 hamburgers? Yeah. And 1 large fries? Yeah. And then 1 muffin? 1 salted caramel McFlurry? And then a smoothie, pineapple smoothie? Pineapple and what's it? I think. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, mango and pineapple one, yeah. And then, could I get a Happy Meal with a hamburger? Could I get a fruit shoot? Yeah. Thank you, cheers. That was so cheap. What the fuck? That's crazy. I've just spent £15 and got 2,400 calories.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
That's fucking... So, I can't believe this. £15 and I've got 2,400 calories here. Well, around that. Maybe a bit more. 331 carb, 75 fat, 67 protein. So the clear thing is you can't have a lot of carbohydrates without fats. Hence why we spent so long in the car trying to figure it out. So yeah, I'm going over my fat intake today. But yeah, it's worth it. I guess that's kind of like the main issue with people doing a icy food diet or like a dirty bulk. It's just how the hell do you keep your fats low? Because at the end of the day, what's your main what's your main energy source? Carbohydrates. So to be having fats over, in my opinion, like 110 grams, say you go over 110 grams of fats, that's pointless, like completely pointless. And it's very easy to do that, considering there's there's 75 fat in this meal, yeah. Right, let's do it. I'm actually pretty hungry and excited, which is a good sign. Fruit shoot. Can't believe we got a Happy Meal. Pete, you made me do this. So this is what happens when you go to Mackey's and you can't have more than 100 grams of fat. You have to get hamburgers. There we go. Should I eat it like that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What, you want me to eat it like this?
Yeah, go on.
It's all gonna go wrong. Actually quite nice. It's actually not as much food as I expected.
I guess that's the problem with fatty foods is that even though it's 2,500 calories, it's barely anything.
It's crazy. So the hamburgers, like I said, we didn't have cheese, so it's less fats, but still alright, but not as nice. But in this whole meal it's 75 fat anyway. But in this is where all the protein's coming from. Everything else is not protein. So yeah, it's just Mackey's, burgers, beef. It's probably not the best, but tastes good though. I don't know if I'm really hungry post-workout, but it actually tastes nice. To be fair, I'm shocked to be honest. I can't believe how many calories is in such little food. I didn't expect it to be like this. So the smoothie is like my way of actually getting just pure carbs in. There's like 50 carb in here, and 0 fat obviously. So obviously you can store glucose and fructose. So I'm just having some extra fruit, which is when you're eating a lot of food, it's fine. I wouldn't like if you were dieting, I wouldn't have these. I admit I took my top off for the thumbnail, and I've got to put it back on. It's cold. If I was to rate this out of 10, probably a 4. It tastes alright, but it's so dry.
There's no cheese. You need the cheese.
Cheese.
There's also 4 of them.
That's the trouble. If I want high amounts of carbs, look how thin the bread is.
Yeah.
It's almost like a pancake. Yeah, so from tomorrow, no cheat meals. Obviously, if like there's a social occasion with friends and family, I'm not gonna not do that because I'm not on prep. But that will be very rare. So I'm not gonna be like going every week. Oh, let's go for this meal and this meal. I'm not gonna be planning stuff like that. So yeah, this is basically the last cheat meal. I mean, this isn't really this doesn't really count.
Such a waste of a cheat meal.
I went for sushi yesterday. That's fine. At this point, when you're on loads of food, it's like a cheat meal isn't really a cheat meal because you're not going to go over calories. So I pulled food away from a couple meals and it was fine. Really OCD of me, but I never eat chips and burgers at the same time. Do you do that?
Yeah. You take one of each. You take a bite
Really?
of each. Yeah.
I have to eat the burger first. I don't know why. Does anyone do that? Am I weird? But
Zoe will leave the best bit of. She plans her last bite, so she'll like. If there's a nice meal, she'll plan it. Like she'll have a bit of chicken and broccoli and pasta on the same fork.
see, if you're
ready.
bulking, your last bite's the worst bite. You don't want the nice bite. You don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
At the end of when I'm bulking now, I'm like, oh, I don't want it. If I was on prep, imagine like post show, I was here right now, I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, whatever.
Taste this mush.
Yeah. It's crazy in bodybuilding how much it changes. When you're deep into prep, you just watch people. You're probably watching me thinking, oh man, I'm so jealous. And then you'll be here, and then you'll want to prep again. Mackey's chips are like, I would say, this is a hard one. Maybe an 8 out of 10.
It depends on the Mackies.
Mackey's chips are good, but they're not top tier, but they're very good. I'm enjoying these. My favourite chips are Five Guys. There's so much salt on this though. That's what carries these chips, is just so much salt.
Yeah, they're a pre-workout. Are you even bulking if you don't eat that? Are you feeling full yet?
A little bit. I don't think these are tracked. I just tracked the hamburger.
Oh yeah. That's cheeky.
What's next? Muffin. Oh, salt on the hand. It's gonna be like a salty muffin. Good. Just getting loads of Mackies on my MBW t-shirt. Disgraceful. Mmm. Mmm. Really good. I forgot how much I love a muffin. It was really good.
Really?
You should get one.
No, I'm alright. I've never got a muffin in Mackey's. It feels like another place to get a muffin.
It is.
It is now. What's the rating?
8.5?
You did half measures.
Yeah. If it was a little less dry, it would be a 9. It's starting to hit me. You gotta wait to the end if you want to see what's inside it. The toy, best part of this video. I ordered so much food that the McFlurry's basically melted.
Oh no.
Yeah. Mackey's vanilla ice cream slaps. It's always so good. Did you ever get Mr. Whippies from here as a kid?
No.
Oh,
Is that a thing?
yeah, like the little ones.
Oh.
They're so good. I'll let Milo come in.
Yeah, I think within reason.
Yeah, like occasionally, but when people say, "Oh, Mackey's is so bad you can't eat it," like if you have it occasionally, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like when I'm talking occasionally, like I don't know, once a month or something.
Yeah.
It is good. What am I comparing it to though? If I rate this, other than McFlurry's, ice
Just
cream.
as a food item.
8 out of 10. It feels so weird. You just watching me eat.
Does it feel even weirder that I'm also filming it?
Yeah, and then everyone else is watching me eat. It's crazy to think, like, people have channels just about this.
Mukbang, yeah.
My pancreas is going to be fucked. It's like insulin free 30 carbs at once.
You've got to put it through the limit sometimes.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
no,
that.
it's
How is, this doesn't feel right. It does not feel right. How is there 300 This is nuts. I didn't think Mackey's was that bad nowadays in terms of calories. They just changed my outlook. It's the desserts and it's
Yeah,
like
it's the
it's the dessert stuff. Yeah.
If you had done it in all burgers, you'd have to eat like 8 burgers, wouldn't you? So that.
Well, I don't know. That to be fair, that's 120 carbs in the burgers.
Yes, you'd have to eat even more. You'd have to eat like 10 burgers.
Brain freeze. Fuck. That was average.
Really?
5. Oh fucking hell. Right. Should we reveal the toy? I don't know why I put the rubbish in it. That was dumb.
They sick.
What is it?
Pokemon cards.
Oh.
I feel like this is probably wasted on you.
We've got the cloth. I don't know. I don't know anything about
You're
Pokemon.
going to get so many
The
haters.
Cyclizar. The Flistle. The Sandaconda. Sadly, Milo can't even have this because he's not going to care. That was underwhelming. Three out of 10.
Really?
After everything else, this was artificial. So I've just had this. It just tastes like really artificial. Yeah. So that will wait. Let me work out the calories. So the macros are 331 carbs, 75 fat, 67 protein, which is 2,267 calories. That's not awful. That's pretty crazy, to be honest. I felt like that wasn't that much food, but
Yeah, like that.
I didn't
How much
feel
did
that
that feel like?
not that much. I think it's gonna hit me later. But yeah, that's basically. If I take all the fats out of my last meal, and then I take out, I don't know, maybe 50 carb or something like that. I'll have to work it out later on, but that would literally see my macros being hit. So you can go to Mackey's in your diet, but you shouldn't. Why? Well, you can occasionally, like I said, but you shouldn't really all the time at all, because the foods are not going to digest well. You're not used to these foods, and they're not going to. Basically, the worse you digest food, the less likely you're going to assimilate those carbs and use them as well as possible. So we want to be making sure we're using our food as well as possible for performance, recovery, and so on. So yeah, we want to make sure we're having foods that we can digest well. And the second reason is because we want to make sure our fats aren't going super high. We want to make sure we're using most of our calories from carbohydrates. This is our main energy source to fuel performance. So if in my opinion, fats go above like 100 grams per day, that's not needed. The only time I would suggest increasing fats for someone is because their fasted blood glucose isn't in a good position, so we need to add calories without adding carbohydrates. Or secondly, their appetite is in a poor position, so adding carbohydrates is just going to increase food volume massively, whereas fats are easier to get down. But in most cases, we want to stick to a meal plan in which we can have very high carbs and low fat. Not super low fat, but as in like comparatively to carbs. So yeah, if you want to track macros in Mackey's and do that, then go ahead, but it's not going to be optimal, but you can do it, clearly. And yeah, it wasn't actually that much food, to be honest. So I would be able to, if I bulked out here, my appetite would probably be great. Yeah. That is one positive, I guess.
Be like, supersize me, too.
But I do want to stress it a lot. Guys, stop going. I've had loads of people start me in coaching and they just go, oh, I just hit my calories. That's not going to do it. Don't just track your calories, because if you track your calories, this would all be fine. And you won't be realising you're having, I don't know, 100 grams of fat, 150 grams of fat. There is no point in doing that, and it will not give you the benefits of performance you need in the gym. It really won't. So yeah, carbohydrates, get them in, stick to healthy foods that digest well for you throughout your bulk, and you'll see results so much more. So that's a wrap for this video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, a bit different today. Actually doing a food eating video for once. I think a lot of people wanted to see this, so we'll do some more in the future. But for now, I'm going to go into the diet phase and probably miss food. But yeah, afterwards we'll definitely get some more videos in. Let me know if you have any ideas of like certain food eating challenges. Maybe I'm not going to go too extreme with it, but yeah, it was quite fun. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support on YouTube. Lots more videos coming, all that stuff. And yeah, like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, drop a subscribe. Let's just keep the momentum going with this channel, because it has been moving really well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.